Barely to the 40. Gain of 1. Shaq Barrett there, the former CSU standout on the tackle, and it brings up a 3rd down and almost 5. Cincinnati, in that first half last Monday night, 6 of their 8 third down opportunities were for 5 yards or less. That makes it real tough on a defense. Rivers with plenty of time. Snap clock is at 15 as he's at the line of scrimmage. Tight trips right. Inman wide left. Now Woodhead will go and reset outside the trips. Quad right. Empty backfield as a 4-man rush. Quick throw left side. Ball into and out of the hands of Inman. Incomplete. Nice play by Bradley Roby. Slant pattern was there. Inman got 2 hands on it. Roby with good coverage knocked the ball away, and the Chargers must punt.
Roby's having himself a game. Very physical. Gets that left arm in front of Inman. Inman tries to catch it with his hands, but Roby, who's playing really physically today, knocks that left arm down and jars the ball loose.
KO's back at the 25-yard line. Norwood back at the 15. Mike Cyphers has had a big half. Nice kick here. Norwood will watch it hit at the 10, and he's going to bounce and be checked and down at the 5. So Cyphers has had a big game here in Denver. We've come to expect that from the longtime punter. 13 years out of Western Illinois, 55 yards on that punt, and Denver's first possession of the second half will start from their 5-yard line. 7-6 Denver, early 3rd on the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
There is a break in the action. The game will resume momentarily.
Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Denver with their first opportunity after intermission. They've got a 1st and 10 backed up on their 5-yard line. 7-6. The Broncos with the lead. Osweiler under center. Drops, 3-step drop. Rifles one in the middle. Caught by Sanders. Sanders out over the 10 and rolls to the 15-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. Down to the Chevy sideline report handled by Andy Lindo.
Well, Dave, Broncos going the rest of the way without Darian Stewart. He's out with that hamstring injury.
You could kind of tell, as Eddie, you were describing him when he came to the sideline, when the helmet is pitched, there's anger and frustration on an injury. Hand up and first down. C.J. Anderson up right guard. Nice run. He fumbles the damn ball, and it's going to be recovered by the Chargers. Pardon my French. San Diego's football at the Denver 32. Manti Te'o, Jaleel Adai with the recovery. Second consecutive game, the CJ's had a costly fumble. Third consecutive game, we've seen a Bronco running back fumble. And San Diego will start from the Denver 32.
Man, this has been one of the worst games for the Broncos offensively this season and in a long time. 5 turnovers in a game. San Diego only managed to score 3 points off those turnovers, only 6 in the game. The defense has played extremely well for Denver, but when you keep giving a team the football in scoring position, eventually the levee may break. It keeps Lee bouncing up and down, saying the defense will take this over. We'll find out.
Mike from the 32. Rivers under center. He brings David Johnson back in short motion to the right side. They run it left. Brown hops and skips and breaks the tackle, and he's on the loose. Brown still rumbles inside the 15-yard line. Longest run of the game down to the Denver 12. That's a gain of 20 yards. T.J. Ward on the tackle. First down, San Diego.
Well, you got a couple missed tackles that time by the Denver defense. Danny Trevathan was getting blocked, tried to shed it. Todd Davis couldn't quite get there. Brown's been running hard and with low pad level, has a little bit of a crease, gets it up the field. This is crucial for San Diego. This is crucial red zone possession.
Double tight end set on each side. Two receivers both to the right as Rivers will go up. Issue some commands to the offensive line. The snap clock is at 10. Rivers now will back into the shotgun on this first down from the Bronco 12. Brown to his left. Rivers takes a snap, drops, looks left, being chased and sacked back outside the 20-yard line. That's Von Miller with his first sack at the 20. Miller, his 11th sack of the year, and a big one indeed as it backs San Diego up. The loss to the 20 of 8 yards, 2nd and 18.
And that sack is on Phillip Rivers. He knows he's not fast enough to outrun anybody on the football field. He holds onto the ball, starts to run. Miller tracks him down from behind, jumps and grabs that ankle, brings him to the ground.
I don't know what this means, but I see Peyton Manning taking some snaps and throwing the ball a bit on the sideline.
Wow.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting.
2nd and 18. Work to be done by this Bronco defense. Shotgun empty backfield set. Rivers quick throw to Gates. Gates is corralled by Todd Davis. A penalty flag thrown from the back judge. He was 6 yards in the end zone. This is going to be holding against Denver. Corey Nelson on that tackle.
There's a bunch of Broncos laying on the ground and a San Diego Charger on the ground. Huge collision back there after that throw. Got to see who they're attending to. A couple of linemen. They're already depleted on the offensive line. Could be another crucial blow for San Diego.
If it's a holding call against Denver, that's an automatic first down on a 2nd and 18.
Defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So the holding call on second-year linebacker Corey Nelson. We're going to take a timeout. 9:51 to go here in the third quarter. Denver has 5 turnovers in this game. 7-6. The Broncos in the lead for the time being on the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
There is a break in the action. The game will resume momentarily.
Tyreek Burwell, the backup tackle, forced into playing today. The rookie out of Cincinnati is going to be placed on a cart and will be taken, obviously, back into the locker room. It was DeMarcus Ware who was shaken up as well, though he looks to be in better shape as he walked to the sideline. Peyton Manning, again, looks like he's limbering up with the idea of playing, and we'll have to watch this as well. Denver's turned the ball over 5 times. 3 fumbles and 2 interceptions. I must say, in fairness, neither of the interceptions really the fault of the quarterback.
Yeah, and arguably maybe one of them was where he should have seen Williams coming off the edge to the left
But
side.
that was a fumble. That wasn't an interception.
Right, the fumble, right. What I'm talking about just turnovers in general. Most of them have not been Osweiler's fault. You could argue that one might be. But, yeah, dropped passes to balls up in the air, people missing blocks. It hasn't all been on Osweiler, but we thought going into this game, I mean, this was Osweiler's position to lose. Had he just played okay or like he's been playing, Peyton Manning maybe never needs to be called into action, still not thought to be 100%. But with 5 turnovers in the game at 7-6 and a lot on the line, it is possible that Coach Kubiak could make a decision to try to change the momentum and the tempo on offense.
I tell you what, there's a lot of conversation going on with Greg Knapp, the quarterback coach, and Peyton. I'm thinking he's going in the next series. We'll see. 1st and 10 Chargers from the 15 of the Broncos. Denver with a 7-6 lead. Again, 2 tight ends in the game. Single receiver, Inman, wide right, I-backs behind Rivers. They've run all the time from this set. They run it again. Brown hit hard by Davis. And a good tackle, Corey Nelson. Tackle right at the 15-yard line. I'm going to call that no gain. 2nd down to 10. Shane Ray was there as well. Dave Logan and Ed McCaffrey from the Bud Light broadcast booth. Bud Light reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly.
Well, Corey Nelson's upset about that holding call. He plays with a lot of intensity. He's going to get a lot of snaps today, replacing Brandon Marshall.
Same set, 2 tight ends, I-backs behind Rivers. They run the counter right side, and Brown hit from behind and gains a yard, but was pulled down at that point by Vance Walker. Walker's been a good, versatile backup defensive lineman for the Broncos, has a couple of sacks on the year. The 7-year defensive end played his college football at Georgia Tech. Here's a big 3rd down, Eddie. 3rd and 8 from the Denver 13, the clock under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Big 3rd down, and look at Von Miller to line up over there on Jeff Linkenbach, who's the 3rd left tackle in the ballgame for the San Diego Chargers.
Gates inside slot left, Woodhead in the backfield left. 2-by-2 the set is Rivers from the shotgun. Denver looks like they're going to bring pressure. They rush 4. Rivers in the pocket, steps up, floats one to the end zone. Pass will be caught. That's Gates with a touchdown, and San Diego is in the lead. He beat Shiloh Kao on the coverage, but Phillip Rivers floated one over the head of Kao, who had his back to the quarterback, and Antonio Gates with his 104th touchdown reception of his career, and it's 12-7 San Diego.
Well, San Diego, believe it or not, is not that bad in the red zone. Set ranked 7th in the league. They just don't get there a lot. One of the reasons they're good is they have a tight end like Antonio Gates, who has a big height advantage, 6'4", over Shiloh Kao, who's at 5'11". Rivers gets just enough protection, steps up, and delivers a beautiful pass up in the air where only Gates could catch it.
So the previous 4 turnovers costing the Broncos only 3 points. Of course, it also cost them an opportunity to score, but defensively they gave up 3. The 5th turnover turns into a San Diego touchdown, the first Chargers touchdown of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, things are getting exciting here on the sideline. If Peyton Manning does come back in this ball game, it is going to be probably to a thunderous round of applause, but feel bad for Brock.
Snap, the extra point up by Lambeau, and it is good. We've got a timeout on the field. Stay tuned. Looks like Peyton Manning's coming in the game. 8:18 to go 3rd quarter. San Diego with a 13-7 lead over the Broncos. This is the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
Steel, a company built on real power, tools built for real people, and dealers who deliver real service. Right now, get dependable steel blowers starting at just $139.95. Legendary steel chainsaws start at just $179.95. Real people, steel people. Join us. Visit steeldealers.com or search STIHL to find a dealer near you. All prices MSRP at participating dealers while supplies last.
This holiday, take a test drive during the Mazda Drive for Good event, and we'll give back an hour of our time to local causes. Buy any new Mazda, and we'll donate to a charity you choose. Because driving matters most when you're driving for good. Mazda. Driving matters.
Support the JDRF Diabetes Foundation in Denver. Open to legal U.S. residents 18 years plus to participate. Begins 11/23/2015, ends 1/4/2016. Visit MazdaUSA.com/drive for good for complete terms and conditions.
Possible rib fractures. Fractured femur.
Mr. Anders, where are you feeling the most pain?
When it comes to trauma, Denver Health's Trauma Center takes top honors. Thousands of our region's most severely injured come here, both adults and children.
100 mics of fentanyl IV push.
Blood pressure's 140/92.
It's a complicated, pressure-filled job, but at day's end, it all comes down to one simple thing.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Visit denverhealth.org to learn more.
We're back at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Aside Ed McCaffrey, I'm Dave Logan. Andy Lindahl here as well. 8:18 to go in the third. San Diego with a 13-7 lead. Broncos football today brought to you by Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Your home for the Nuggets, Avalanche, Mammoth, and Rapids. Peyton Manning's going to go in this game as Brock Osweiler standing on the sideline with a stocking cap on. Manning is ready to go.
And as you mentioned, it's not like all the interceptions were Osweiler's fault. There was breakdowns in protection. Maybe he injured that shoulder a little bit as well when he took one of those hits, and that's the reason for the change. Regardless, this game got a whole lot more interesting.
And maybe Gary Kubiak just feels that Manning can give him the spark as Lambeau with a driving end-over-end kick hits at the back of the end zone. Denver from the 20, and you'll hear the roar.
I'll tell you what, it also shows Gary Kubiak is committed to winning. He wasn't locked into Peyton Manning, and he's not locked into Brock Osweiler. He wants to win football games, and right now, his best chance is putting Peyton Manning under center, and the crowd is letting him hear it. They are happy to see him back. He's been such a legend in the NFL and a legendary Broncos player, and hadn't played in quite some time.
They're on their feet here at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Manning will start under center. First down, moving left to right from the 20. Green attached right, Sanders wide right, slot left. Peyton takes the snap, turns, hands off to Hillman running left. Hillman with a nice cut and spins out of the 25, a gain of 6 to the 26. Jaleel Adai, the safety up to make the tackle, and Peyton's going to go with the hurry-up huddle now. Columbus in for Schofield at right tackle. So Tyler Columbus, the University of Colorado grad, Cherry Creek High School product, in at right tackle. Second handoff, here's Hillman straight up the gut, close to the 30. That's where he needs to go. This will depend, they're going to say, now that is a first down. Manti Te'o on the tackle. So 2 snaps for Peyton Manning at quarterback. Both have been runs. The clock at 7:39. It runs here in the third. San Diego has taken a 13-7 lead over Denver. Manning's in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. San Diego with a blitz. Peyton looks left, throws left. He's got an open receiver, Virgil Green. Virgil Green steps out of a tackle. He's got a first down, rolled into the Chargers sideline at the Denver 49. It's a gain of 19. Cassius Vaughn there for San Diego. Nice, easy throw for Peyton. 19 yards on the Green reception.
I love it. They give him a couple of runs. Virgil Green with his first catch of the day. Peyton Manning completes his first thrown pass of the game. They're moving.
2-by-2 the set again. Manning's in the gun. Hillman to his right. Chargers defense back on their feet a little bit. Manning takes a snap, sets and throws. Norwood with the catch, knocked down right at midfield. That's Denzel Perryman with the tackle, but it's going to be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. You can just feel the buzz here at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Peyton Manning has taken over for Brock Osweiler. Denver's down 6, and Manning has moved the team from the 20 to midfield, 2nd and 4. Under center. Handoff, C.J. Anderson, big hole. Anderson over the 40, inside the 35. Anderson the 30, tries to step out of a tackle, can't do it. Inside the 25, first down Denver at the 23. That's a 27-yard run. Jaleel Adai saved a touchdown, and C.J. Anderson with his biggest run of this game. First down Denver.
Wow, the energy is electrifying here at Sports Authority Field. Fans making a lot of noise even though the Broncos are on offense.
6:16, the clock runs. First down Denver at the Charger 23. Pistol set for Peyton. Now he resets CJ to his left in the shotgun. 2-by-2 the set. Chargers jump off sides. This will cost them 5 yards. Vintage number 18. Let's take 10 seconds so stations can identify themselves on the KOA Broncos radio network. At Sports Authority Field at Mile High. The walk-off now will place the football at the Charger 18-yard line. 6:05 to go in the third. It was Melvin Ingram, the leading sack artist for San Diego, jumped off sides. The pistol set again. Daniels attached left. DT outside him. Fowler inside of Emmanuel in the slot right. Peyton changes the play. Blitz on the way. Handoff C.J. Anderson. Big hole C.J. 15. C.J. steps outside of the 10. Gets a block from DT. C.J. carries the Charger to the pylon. Touchdown, Denver! And the energies returned at Sports Authority Field in Mile High. 18 yards on the Anderson touchdown run. And we are tied at 13 with 5:41 to go in the third. How about this for a storytale finish?
I'll tell you what were the odds before the game that they would make this move? You felt like there'd have to be a cataclysmic ball out by Brock Osweiler for this to happen, but it does. And on his first drive, Peyton Manning leads the team down the field, and C.J. Anderson punches it into the end zone. And
ruling on the field, the touchdown is under further review.
All touchdowns are going to be reviewed, so they'll look to see if C.J. Anderson actually hit the pylon as he was carrying Jaleel Adai with him. We're going to take a timeout as well. Wow. I won't forget that series in a long time. 5:41 to go in the third. We're tied at 13 here in Denver. Broncos and the Chargers on the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
There is a break in the action. The game will resume momentarily.
I think from the replay, as we welcome you back to Sports Authority Field at Mile High, they're going to call C.J. Anderson down at the 1. It would be the proper call. By the way, the Broncos are in the Mazda red zone, and every car they make, you'll see why driving matters. Here's Ronald Torbert, today's referee, with the verdict.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field will be changed. The runner's knee was down with the ball just inside the 1-yard line. To the Denver's ball, first and goal. There'll be no adjustment to the clock. The clock will start on my ready-for-play signal.
Let's head down to the Chevy sideline report once again with Andy Lindahl.
Real quickly, DeMarcus Ware is questionable with a knee injury, and it was made clear to me, Peyton Manning in, not because of an injury to Brock Osweiler, Dave. It was performance.
Interesting decision. Certainly, you've got to say, as of right now, it looks correct as Peyton Manning a yard away from engineering an 80-yard touchdown drive to, at the very least, tie this game. But a yard sometimes has been difficult for this offense. Ferentz, a backup offensive lineman, lined up as offset fullback. No receivers in the game. Well, check that. DT is lined up as a wing. Manning under center, turns hands to C.J. Anderson. Anderson runs hard. He's to the end zone. There's the touchdown. Touchdown, Denver. So an 80-yard touchdown drive engineered by Peyton Manning as C.J. Anderson carried Donald Butler that yard into the end zone. And we are officially tied at 13 with 5:35 left in this third quarter.
Just when I think I've seen everything, Dave, I see something else. And Peyton Manning, in his first time back in quite some time, looks beautiful. I love the play calling, a couple of handoffs to get him comfortable. He didn't start out in pistol or shotgun, then a couple of easy passes, and then big run by C.J. Anderson, followed by a 1-yard punch into the end zone. That was perfect execution. We've seen Peyton Manning lead the team on drives like that so many times in the past. good to see him come back in and do it again.
So they're going to evidently review that play as well.
I don't think there's much review. They're wasting everybody's time. C.J. Anderson did a good job of downhill running. He picked Donald Butler's shoulder, didn't try to run head on, picked his shoulder and ran through it.
We'll take another timeout. 5:35 to go. We think it's 13 all, although I've thought that before, haven't I? Timeout in the KOA Broncos Radio Network.
Heads or tails, kick or receive, with the wind or against the wind, here or there. Buy your friend a Bud Light, buy a stranger a Bud Light. Go to your team's bar, go to the opposing team's bar. Throw a party Monday night, road trip to the game Sunday night. Go downtown with friends, go further down to Argentina and make new friends. Buy around during the next truck commercial. Buy around during the next talking duck commercial. Rent a houseboat. Rent a haunted house. Change your name to Asiago Cheese. Change your name to Edward Victor Cold Breeze. Go hard. Take it easy. Go to a retro bar and dance to music from the 80s. Go to a senior citizens bar and dance with people in their 80s. If you're truly up for whatever this weekend, grab the perfect beer for whatever happens. Crisp, refreshing Bud Light. Make two plans and let the NFL coin toss make the call. Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Steel, a company built on real power, tools built for real people, and dealers who deliver real service. Right now, get dependable steel blowers starting at just $139.95. Legendary steel chainsaws start at just $179.95. Real people, steel people. Join us. Visit steeldealers.com or search STIHL to find a dealer near you. All prices MSRP at participating dealers while supplies last.
Well, I think that touchdown may get wiped out as well as Ronald Torbert, not very popular tonight or this afternoon.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field has changed. The runner's knee was down with the ball in his left hand, short of the goal line. The Denver's ball is second and goal. The clock will start on my ready for play signal.
So forget everything I've said twice now.
Hey, I stand corrected. It doesn't happen often, so I have to admit the knee was down. It looked like C.J. Anderson thought he was a little closer to the goal line, maybe lunged for it and wasn't quite there yet. But you know what they're begging the Broncos to do, Dave, here?
Sneak it.
Well, sneak it.
Or pass it.
Or,
I'll tell you what, I will butter your bread for the next week if he passes this ball.
With the script we've seen so far, I mean, I doubt it. They're on the 1 foot line. But with the script we've seen, they're begging Peyton Manning to throw one of those famous
butter your bread for the next week.
Order of bread.
Virgil Green lined up as a wing to Owen Daniels. Prince now lines up on the other side wing. Green in motion, now returns. They run it. C.J. Anderson will go to the end zone, and this time he's in again. Third time the Broncos have scored here in the third quarter. I actually wish that were true. First time they scored in the third quarter, and with 5:24 to go, I can officially say we are tied at 13.
I mean, they were only on the 1 foot line, but that was still some good hard-nosed running by C.J. Anderson. He had to make a cut. He got hit on the 1 yard line by Donald Butler. No, I'm sorry, that was the rookie, Denzel Perryman, on the 1 yard line and muscled his way through, kind of spun and got to the end zone. He wanted that one.
So Peyton Manning comes in replacing Brock Osweiler, not an injury replacement, as Andy Lindahl informed us. Important extra point try here as Brandon McManus is good. And with 5:24 to go in the third, Denver bounces back in front, 14-13. Peyton Manning, first time in the game, an 80-yard drive in 8 plays. And C.J. Anderson officially from a yard out. Take a look at some of the other scores around the National Football League. Panthers over the Buccaneers, 31-10. If they hold on there, they'll have home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs. Chiefs over the Raiders, 23-10 at the end of 3 at Arrowhead. They're hoping the Chargers can come back, obviously. Seahawks blowing out the Cardinals in the desert, 36-6 late in the third. And the Rams 16, the Niners 13.